All right, back at ringside, getting ready for our 10-round co-feature, Terrance Lewis and Frankie Swindell. 1 month shy of his 38th birthday. There he is. The spoiler, as Kevin likes to call him, Frankie Swindell. And over there, Terrance Lewis looking one more time to get back up on that horse after getting stopped by Ron Guerrero. How do they match up on paper? Slight weight advantage, oddly enough, for Lewis. He's got the height, 6-inch reach advantage. If he uses that jab, it can be a very easy night for him. We're fighting tonight in Nevada, 10-point must system in effect. No standing 8 count here, no 3 knockdown rule. You can be saved by the bell in the last round only. The doctor cannot stop the fight here. If the heads should come together, we're more than halfway gone. We're going to the scorecards. Otherwise, we've got a technical draw. Man standing in the middle ring with a lot of papers. He's my favorite, the magnificent Mark Biro, with our official introductions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Caesar's Tahoe as Cedric Kushner Promotions presents the Everlast Heavyweight Explosion. Your matchmaker is Ron Scott Stevens. Tonight's bouts are under the auspices of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Luther Mack. Commissioners, Dr. Tony Alamo, Amy Ayub, Glenn Carano, and Dr. Flip Homansky. The executive director is Mark Ratner. All bouts scored under a 10-point must system. The ABC unified rules are in effect. Ring officials assigned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Your ringside physicians are lead physician Dr. Joseph Heflin and Dr. Stephen Brown. Your judges at ringside working on a rotation basis this evening: Bert Clements, Robert Hoyle, John McSweeney, Dalby Shirley, Glenn Trowbridge, and Doug Tucker. Your timekeepers and counting for the knockdowns at the bell in rotation, Jim Carpenter and Rose Fain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first Everlast Heavyweight Explosion contest of the evening. It is scheduled for 10 rounds. Your referee for this event is Norm Budden. Introducing now the principals first. In the blue corner to my left, wearing the purple sequin trunks and weighing in at 239 pounds, his professional record reads 37 wins, 20 defeats, 3 draws, and 28 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Nashville, Tennessee, introducing the fearless Frankie Swindell. His opponent, in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the white trim, weighing 244 pounds. His professional record, 29 victories, 9 defeats, 20 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Philadelphia, PA, introducing Terrance K.O. Lewis. 10 rounds, heavyweights.
All right, gentlemen, you receive your instructions in the dressing room, but this time with any questions. Remember, protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up.
Quick note, this is the lightest that Frankie Swindell has been since he knocked Wayne Llewellyn out. He weighed 238 for that. He's 239 tonight.
Maybe he's in shape. Actually got ready for a fight rather than just taking it on last-minute notice.
Weighed 254, career high, when he fought the draw with Al Cole. And Frankie Swindell, little rusty from being out of the ring, Kevin. Bo Bohannon forgetting to put the mouthpiece in.
That could happen. That could happen.
The corner gets rusty as well. And Frankie Swindell starts off by testing the body of Terrance Lewis.
He's so seasoned, so skilled. If you watch Swindell, the little tricks that he does are so amazing to the trained eye. It's incredible because he's got so many professional tactics. He feints, as you see, he's right there. He feints. He pops a jab. He's only touching his man. He's trying to find Terrance Lewis first before he hits him. That's what makes him so incredible.
Frankie Swindell, 28 knockouts in his 37 wins. Terrance Lewis has been stopped 7 times, Kevin. What does that tell you about the equation here?
It tells me that if Swindell hits him with a good shot, Terrance Lewis can go.
As we mentioned in the open, Lewis stopped in his last fight after straight knockouts over Ed Mahone and Robert Davis. He had a beautiful little streak going there. And then Ron Guerrero, somewhat unheralded Ron Guerrero, stopping him in 7 rounds on the explosion back in August.
What I'm interested in seeing is that if Swindell watched the tape when Terrance Lewis got knocked out by an uppercut, and that's the one punch that he got hit with that he didn't expect, and will Swindell go to the uppercut to try to take out Terrance Lewis?
Frankie Swindell losing his last fight, which was in August of Y2K, getting knocked out in 7 rounds by Hasim the Rock Rockman, the present heavyweight champion of the world. Has his date coming up with Lennox Lewis rematch. Prior to that, Swindell fighting a draw in the 3rd Al Cole Frankie Swindell fight. His last win, though, Kevin, we got to go back to James Stanton, knocking out Stanton in 5 rounds back in September of '99. So it's been a while for the man whose career started back in December of '85. Career starting for Terrance Lewis in June of '92. And we're under a minute to go here in the first. And it's Swindell keeping a pretty good pace here for an old man.
Yeah, Swindell's in shape, like I said this time, and it seems that he's trying to catch Terrance Lewis when he throws a left jab over the top with a big right hand. I've seen him do it 2 times already. I believe that's the punch that he's looking to lay Terrance Lewis out with. Terrance Lewis has to be very careful on what he does.
I spoke to Jimbo Esperduli, one of the cornermen of Terrance Lewis. He said, expect to see Terrance boxing. We're not seeing it.
I believe this because Swindell is forcing the action, and he will not allow Terrance to get into a boxing mode.
And now Terrance Lewis coming in off the jab, drops a right, Kevin, and he's in the boxing mode now. But a very good first round after a long layoff for Frankie Swindell.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 1.
Frankie, put your hands together. You stop me 1 shot. 1 shot at the body, you're not coming back here, coming back. Make it 2 punches. Make it 2 punches, baby. Make 3 punches. You gotta come off the hook. If you haven't dead right while go, you just didn't put your hook back. Come on now.
Frankie Swindell coming out fast here, Kevin. Sort of unlikely in the first round.
You can see Swindell, he catches shots with his hands. Those punches were not effective. Swindell counters with left hooks. He knows how to counter. He knows how to maneuver. Just to maneuver out the way. As you see, he curls with those shots. A good right hand caught by Swindell, but he rolled.
Seconds out. We approach the second round. Round 2.
Keep an eye out as we start the second round to see if Terrance Lewis can keep that momentum that he had at the end of the first going. Started to let the jab go, followed by that right hand. Frankie Swindell, though, fighting very characteristically now, close on the inside.
Very effective, backing his man up, Terrance Lewis, taking away the punching power of the taller man, throwing serious left hooks, overhand right. Like I said, the punch I believe that Swindell's looking for is to come over the top of that left jab of Terrance Lewis's and lay him out. That's the punch that I'm looking for Swindell to try to throw.
And Lewis fights so well from the outside, Kevin. It's frustrating to watch him get in there and crowd with Swindell.
He's fighting the wrong fight right now. He should be fighting his fight. He's been a ball to his feet, stepping to his left, and utilizing the jab.
Nice right hand by Lewis on the inside. Took a step back.
He needs to be on the outside and keep Swindell at the end of his punches. Instead, the inside fight is all Swindell's.
Prior to that knockout loss to Hasim Rockman, you have to go back to 1996 when Herbie Hyde stopped Swindell in 1 round. Then back to 93, Michael Mora, Tony Tucker prior to that.
I'm watching Swindell. He's slipping in a sneaky little uppercut. It's a left uppercut. He's sneaking it in. I believe he watched the tape. As you see, there it goes again. He's trying to sneak that uppercut in on Terrance Lewis.
Lewis really starting to open up right now, and Swindell answers back. Swindell with a left-right combination and rocks Lewis.
Lewis' legs look hurt. Lewis' legs didn't look too good in that combination.
Swindell very focused. He knows he's got Lewis. He's a great finisher. Lewis back in the corner right now. Needs to hold on. Gets rocked 1 more time.
One thing about Swindell, he knows positioning, he knows angles, he knows where to punch, how to punch. A very dangerous, dangerous opponent.
Little under a minute to go here in the second. And one more time, a change of momentum. Terrance Lewis in a lot of trouble here. Frankie Swindell taking a little breather in there, but staying in close. Good body shot, a big right uppercut
That's
by
the punch.
Swindell, and Lewis holding on. He was ready to go down there, Kevin.
That's the punch that hurt him against Guerrero, and I believe Swindell watched the tape. And right now, it's reminiscent of the fight with Guerrero.
Lewis in a lot of trouble. Swindell throwing a lot of poison, taking his time. Referee Norm Budden separating the fighters. Another big overhand right by Frankie Swindell.
That's the punch he's looking for. To come over the top on that left hand.
Warning near the end of the round to keep the shots up to Terrance Lewis. Big round for Swindell.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 2.
1-1. Come on, baby. How you feel? How you feel? Great. Listen, I'll spit it up. You can't let this guy have his way.
Listen, he's working this and coming back up the middle.
Okay.
Now, if you let him catch you with this, he's going to bring a hook shot.
Okay.
So, in 2, you got to keep your jab moving quick. You got to fake it, pump the jab quick. Boom, boom.
Second round action, Kevin. As you said, Swindell must have studied the tapes.
He's going for the uppercut, Swindell, and he's going for the overhand right. Here we go. We look at Swindell. He throws the jab. He's trying to feint. He's trying to get Terrance Lewis to kneel down so he can throw the uppercut. And every time he does it, he lands it.
Seconds out. We approach the 3rd round.
Round number 3, scheduled 10 rounder. That's Terrance Lewis. You just saw get up from his stool. He's in the black shorts. Frankie Swindell, he's in the purple shorts. Big second round for Swindell. Nobody's been on the floor, but Lewis looked like he came real close. Kevin, I was real surprised in there. Gary Nicholson asked Lewis as he came back to his corner, how do you feel? Lewis says, great.
Well, either he's trying to hype himself up or he's trying to get himself into the fight and pick up on momentum. Because right now, Swindell is doing what Swindell does. He's taking advantage of the situation right now. Like I said, this could be the effects of the knockout from Guerrero we're watching. You know, that Lewis is reacting to these punches because he's been knocked out his last fight.
Lewis starting to do the right thing right now, trying to establish that jab and stay on the outside. Very similar to what he did in the rematch with Levi Billups, where he gave Billups a boxing lesson after having been stopped. He could box when he wants to. I just don't know if he's got the legs anymore.
The big thing he's got to shoot a jab, a powerful jab forward to keep Swindell at bay. That little tentative jab he's throwing, Swindell's trying to come over the top with a big right hand. As you can see, setting him up for it right now by touching him. There it goes. He's looking for that overhand right over that left lazy jab. Swindell needs to throw the overhand right and come back to the left hook to be effective.
Nevertheless, Swindell having a lot more trouble this round getting in as Lewis continues to pepper him with that jab. Lewis is 28 years old. Sounds young compared to the 37-year-old, almost 38-year-old Frankie Swindell.
Well, Swindell fights like a young man, I tell you that.
Very economical, Kevin. Not using a lot of legs.
He utilizes his energy and spots. He cuts the ring off like you just seen him cut the ring off.
Very good cut, cutting the ring off.
Young fighters can learn a lot from watching Frankie Swindell, I'll tell you that.
Just about a minute to go here in the 3rd. But Swindell certainly taking this round off as Lewis keeping him at bay. And just as we say that, Swindell starts to pick it up. He knows how to steal rounds at the end as well. Try to go downstairs to the body of Terrance Lewis. Lewis has such a pretty jab when he uses it, though.
Yeah, but also Swindell's blocking a lot of it with his hand. He's called parrying. He's parrying his shots and then he's coming over the top with the big right hand. He's taking off this round. I'm waiting for him to pick the pace up.
You gave me a parrying lesson at the buffet today.
Exactly. And that's what Swindell does. He parries punches.
You didn't pick up the check, though, I noticed.
You know that. That's my job.
Nice right hand by Lewis. Right hand lead starting to land on Swindell. Much better round for Terrance Lewis. He's keeping Frankie Swindell on the outside.
The question is Swindell staying on the outside or is Terrance Lewis keeping him on the outside? That's the question.
Lewis breathing heavy, though, right now, out of his mouth. Getting caught in the corner. Not where he wants to be against Swindell.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 3.
You're dropping good shots. Take good deep breaths. Let them out easy.
You got him figured out now, don't you? You really got him figured out all night long. Just what you did.
Pump it, bring it. He's going for your face. You know what I'm saying? You bring, like you say, you double jabbing, he's pulling back.
Man, you weird, man. Okay.
And right hand left up the middle, like your coach is saying on the nail, Frankie.
That's it.
Right overhand right, left up the middle.
He gonna do a slap, man. You gotta get back in the right, man. Come on.
You can beat him with it.
Watch for this right hand right now by Terrance Lewis, one that's brought him 20 knockouts and 29 wins.
We approach the 4th round.
Let's go.
Round number 4, that's the schedule for 10. Arnie Tokyo Rosenthal along with Kevin Kelly coming to you tonight from Caesars Tahoe. Nobody's been on the floor. First 2 rounds going all Swindell, and Terrance Lewis taking control in the 3rd with that jab. Kevin showing him a little bit more motion, staying on the outside, and Swindell's corner now looking for that overhand right.
Well, Lewis is picking up the pace a little bit. The boxing ability is starting to show. What Lewis needs to do right now is take advantage of what he's got right now. Do not let it slip away and keep the momentum going in his favor. If Swindell gets back into this fight, Lewis could be in serious trouble.
Now it's Frankie Swindell establishing a jab from the outside as Lewis's punch output down dramatically. Very lethargic first minute by both fighters. Last time Terrance Lewis went the full 10, he beat Al Cole by decision on the explosion. That was in September of Y2K. Frankie Swindell, his last 10 was also against Al Cole. He got a draw. That was in April of Y2K. But we're halfway gone here in the 4th. Kevin, in what was a very high-paced fight in the first 3 rounds, has really turned lackluster.
Yeah, Swindell looks like he's taking off here a little bit. I don't know why, but he's taking off.
Lewis is taking off even more.
Well, Lewis is fighting at his pace now. He's boxing Swindell. He can win the fight fighting this way, as long as Swindell doesn't attack, and he can win a decision. But it's not going to be effective, but it will win.
Swindell's winning this round, though. He's winning it with his jab. He's winning the outside fight right now. There's no excuse for that.
Well, it depends on what you're watching. Some referees like the aggressor. Some referees like active aggression. Some referees like the guy that boxes. So it's difficult to tell.
Nice left hook traps in there by Terrance Lewis. Trying to work the body of Frankie Swindell, I'd say that's ill-advised. He's going to be too open. And nobody's done that successfully.
Well, I wonder if Swindell's going to pick the pace back up, apply more pressure in his attack, put his punches together. Seems like he's taking off. He's changed dramatically since the 1st round.
Well, he had a very good second also. An uppercut attempted right now by Lewis. Trying to catch Swindell walking in, but Lewis finding himself in the corner again. Spins out this time.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 4.
You walk him backwards, okay? That's going to start tightening his lower back. Then you come back when you break, you pump that jab, that right hand, you dig. You're doing good, man. You just keep up this good work, all right? Start bringing some of your tricks into play. You got a lot of them, use them. That's all. Good hook shots coming
You take it to a jab for no reason. You let him land his shoulders back. You let him get the confidence back up. You let him get confidence back up. Come on, get to some scary. Keep him backing up. As long as you got him back up, he's going. Huh?
You can beat this guy with a jab.
Yeah, you beat with jab.
You're beating him with the jab.
Now come on, Frank. Okay. You know time, so come on, let's get the ball. All right. All right, come on, let's get the work. Now let's show me you can work now. Come on, show me the work. Huh?
We approach the 5th round.
Round number 5, Terrance Lewis, black and white, Frankie Swindell in purple. No knockdowns thus far in the fight. Kevin, how did you score the 4th round?
At the end, I gave it to Swindell. I was swaying towards Lewis, but Swindell had effective aggression, applied a little attack. He influenced me the last 10 seconds of the round that he was in control.
I saw it the same way. Gave that round to Frankie Swindell. I've got him up 3 rounds to 1 right now through 4, 39-37. Taking the first, second, and the fourth. Terrance Lewis, no punch output whatsoever in the 4th round. Fighting a very cautious fight here right now against the older Swindell, 1 month shy of his 38th birthday.
Arnie, we got the same scorecard, 39-37. I got Swindell winning by 2 points. Terrance Lewis right now is either going to do one thing or the other. He's going to allow Swindell to take the initiative in this fight, or he's going to start boxing, moving, snapping his jab, and keeping Swindell on the outside. I think this round here is going to start setting the tempo of the fight for the next 5 rounds.
Oh, nice short uppercut on the inside by Swindell. Was preceded by a body shot. And this is not Lewis's fight. He does not want to fight this fight with Swindell. Swindell loves being in the pocket there.
He's a shorter man of the two. He's got very effective on the inside. And Lewis is very effective on the outside. But he doesn't attempt to stay on the outside, and that's the problem.
We're a little bit more than halfway gone in the 5th. Lewis opens up now, but Swindell answers. Swindell, marvelous job of cutting off the ring, Kevin. He's like, you can write a course on how you cut off the ring.
Oh, what a teacher. There you go, the overhand right. Like I said, he's trying to come over the top of that left hand of Lewis. He knows how to cut the ring off. He knows how to stop you from punching. Right now, he's allowing Terrance Lewis to do nothing. That's what he's allowing him to do nothing. Lewis staying in front. He's not initiating any action, not even popping a jab. Crowd's starting to boo because it lacks excitement. But hey, you know, these guys in there trying to get nobody's trying to get knocked out here. So this kind of action you get.
And with 30 seconds to go, this round up for grabs right now. It's going to be who finishes strong. Swindell looking like every bit of the old pro that he is. Lewis showing moments of real good boxing knowledge, using the jab as we see there. Just not often enough. Swindell continues to chase him.
Oh, what a cut. What a cut.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 5.
That was your round. This boy ain't got jack shit for you. Just don't get careless.
You
That's
just
all.
keep on hitting. Deep breath. Don't breathe
Breathe.
so hard. Don't hurt yourself.
Here we look at the action, Arnie. Inside, Lewis being very effective throwing combination punches. If he stays that way, he can win some of the rounds. Here we look at another angle of same punches thrown. Swindell comes in, he gets real close, but Lewis answers back right away, and that's when he's more effective.
Seconds out.
Just keep sticking to you first. When he goes backwards, you can't really fight.
Second half, scheduled 10-rounder. And look at Terrance Lewis coming out with the towel still on his head. I've never seen that before. Referee Norm Budden also has some housekeeping going on in the corner of Terrance Lewis as we start the second half of this fight. And a very close fight at this point. Kevin, I gave the 5th round to Terrance Lewis. I thought he pulled it out. 48-47 right now on my card for Frankie Swindell. But many times when we've seen Swindell go into the distance, he tends to, I don't know if lose focus or winds up on automatic pilot. Not known for his late knockouts.
I got 48-47 too. I gave Lewis the last round. I got Swindell winning the fight. 1 point. As long as he don't go in cruise control, this fight will be okay. But Swindell has to pick his moments, pick his spots. Lewis right now is becoming a game fighter, starting to box exceptionally well, stay on the outside when he has to. Right now he's on the inside. We don't know why he's there. He's very ineffective on the inside, but like I said, the tides turn again.
Well, interesting statistics as far as boxing statistics go is Frankie Swindell in his total career, which goes 60 professional fights, has never knocked out anybody past the 6th round.
This is Swindell's fight right here on the inside. Little shots he's landing. He's very effective with these shots. And Lewis doesn't have the arm reach, okay, on the inside to beat Swindell on the inside.
Short uppercut again by Swindell, working nice combination on the inside. And once again, Lewis in that pocket where he doesn't want to be. Norm Button allowing the fighters to fight at close quarters. And as long as he does that, it's in favor of Frankie Swindell.
Swindell is picking his shots here. Little tiny shots on the inside, little uppercuts, little hooks.
Not able to get as much on the uppercut, though, Kevin, as he did in the early rounds.
Well, as the rounds go on, fatigue will settle in, and he won't be as effective as he was.
And Terrance Lewis does not want to just lay in there and let Frankie Swindell score points like that. On the other hand, Swindell having fun, and Swindell finally lands a nice tough shot. Rocks Lewis, but Lewis comes back. Lewis showing a better beard tonight than he showed against Guerrero in August.
He's got his moments, but this is very dangerous for him. He's got to stay on the outside.
Push him off that way. Push him off.
There's the ball. That's the end of round 6.
You want to fight inside. Don't give him his fight. All right? Push him off and step back. Frankie, make him walk into the shot.
Breathe.
If he's doing all this stuff, put the jab right in his chest and stop all his motion. Nice deep breath. Relax your breathing. You got to take a dip deep. There you go. There you go.
Here we take a look at the inside flurries of Lewis throwing flurries, and Swindell just catching him on his hands, countering back, countering shots, both men landing on each other, but it seemed like the advantage went to Lewis and Swindell. Here we look at another angle of the same combination punching on the inside. Lewis throwing his punches, Swindell making a miss, Swindell coming back with shots, both men catching shots. Very hard to score.
I thought Swindell got the best of it, though. Round number 7, Frankie Swindell. He'd be in the purple shorts. Terrance Lewis, black with the white stripe. Nobody has been on the floor. The harder shots and better shots have been landed by Frankie Swindell. Better boxing, I'd have to say, at this point by Terrance Lewis, Kevin. But 6th round on my card going to Swindell. I've got him up by 2 points going into the last quarter of this fight.
That combination, I gave it to Lewis, but I did give the round to Swindell. I thought Swindell's fight is definitely on the inside, and every time Lewis allows Swindell on the inside, he wins the round.
Lewis going back to fighting a fight on the outside. He's been much more effective out there using the jab. They told him that when Swindell crowds on the inside, just to jab him in the chest, and that'll stop all of his movement.
It's like I say, the confidence of Swindell, the consummate professional that he is, the accuracy in his punches, the little tricks he's doing, it's winning these rounds. It's a very close round, but he's doing enough as a seasoned pro to win the rounds in the judges' scorecards. We don't know, but as far as we're concerned, it is.
Incidentally, Lewis hit Swindell after the bell and got a very firm warning from referee Norm Button, who continues to let the fighters fight at this close quarters, in spite of the fact that right now look where Lewis's hands are. He's pulling Frankie Swindell's head down.
This is very dangerous for Lewis because Swindell knows how to maneuver his body in just a way to counter you, hit you with effective shots. He's a consummate professional. And right now, Swindell is fighting his fight. He's not as effective as he was earlier, but he's very effective when he does it.
Well, and also Lewis is allowing Frankie Swindell, the older fighter, by almost 10 years, to just lean on him and take advantage, save his legs. And it's silly. Absolutely wrong strategy here right now by Terrance Lewis. And the uppercuts start to land on the inside again. And Frankie Swindell works the body of Terrance Lewis.
As Swindell pushes with his shoulders and throws punches, he will catch Lewis at the end of his shots. Lewis needs to be on the outside, utilizing a jab, step into his left, and then step hard to his right and throw a right hand.
And it's hard to give these rounds to Lewis when he's fighting like that, Kevin. These judges cannot give these rounds to him.
Lewis is just standing in front of him like a statue instead of creating the action. Swindell is throwing great combinations on the inside. Little touches, nothing spectacular about them, but they are landing, they are effective. And he's applying pressure.
Frankie Swindell fighting very effectively for someone who's been off for 14 months. Catches Lewis in the corner to end the round.
There's the bell. That's the end of round 7.
Frank, you gotta put that on. You gotta work. It's all right. You gotta work. Come on. You gotta work something. You gotta work something. Come on. Work for it. Come on. You gotta show some bad punches, baby. You gotta throw the jab. Keep jabbing, step around and move around on it. Step around, we can't see be in front of him all the time, all right? Try to step. Every time you step, every time you jab him, he moves back. That's what you want. Every time you move back. Next time you double jab, bring the straight right hand and left hook. Come on now. Okay. Let's go. That's what we're working on, right? Are you what? Hold on. Breathe deep. That's good. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
Seconds out.
Picking it up now.
We approach the 8th round.
8th round of a scheduled 10-rounder. Arnie Tokyo Rosenthal along with Kevin Kelly coming in from Caesars Tahoe. This is the Everlast Heavyweight Explosion, and that is Frankie Swindell. And this isn't a rerun. He's back after 14 months off. And he's given Terrance Lewis all he can handle. Kevin, I gave that round to Swindell as well. I've got him up unofficially 68-65. Now, some of these rounds have been close. They're fighting at close quarters, sometimes with their back to us, so different judges are going to have different angles.
I got 68-65, Swindell. Same thing, Arnie. When Lewis fights on the inside, it's not his fight. When Swindell's got him confined, doesn't allow Lewis to move, doesn't allow Lewis to throw any punches on the inside, Lewis is losing the rounds. When Lewis is on the outside, it's very effective.
Keep an eye on that right eye of Frankie Swindell starting to swell, and they didn't do anything about it in the corner. No ice, no end swell being applied to his right eye. Lewis insisting on fighting this close fight, and Norm Budden, the referee, to his credit, allowing him to fight at that close quarter.
Swindell is very, very, very effective on the inside. He allows Lewis to do very little action. And when he's landing his punches, when he's landing very effectively, he's doing the right things. He's doing the things that are effective, are making it work. He's doing things that are astronomical as a pro and are very seasoned. When you got a fighter as seasoned as Swindell is, I mean, this kid does everything that a fighter of his rarity does. It's really incredible.
Timeout being called right now by Norm Budden. We're trying to figure out what the stoppage is for. Maybe some tape has come loose on the left glove. Jimbo Isperduli getting up there with the tape right now.
They do?
And it's
You kid. No coaching. Let's go. Ready?
Swindell gets a break.
and it appears that Jimbo Isperduli just told Terrance Lewis that we've got him behind. And he seemed very surprised by that. That's where that "they do" came from. So let's see what kind of influence that has on Lewis picking up the pace. As we're under a minute to go here in the 8th.
I would have told Lewis that you're behind, you need to pick up the pace. Total opposite.
Well, he told him, he said that we had him behind. But he didn't seem to agree with it. He seemed very surprised by that. And again, these were close rounds. Maybe we're wrong. But Lewis is picking it up right here, starting to swing a little bit.
You can't get careless.
Swindell giving back, though. Under 30 seconds to go here. Lewis staring over at us as if to say, what were you watching? You see the look he just gave us, Kevin? He ought to keep his eye, though, on Frankie Swindell. But I'll tell you this, though. Smart move by Jimbo Isperduli by telling him that, because Lewis is certainly taking this round over. And that may be the wake-up call that he needed. Tell him he's behind.
Oh, I was confused. I thought he said that he was leading.
No, he said that he told him that we had him
Oh, overhand right. That was incredible.
There's the ball. That's the end of round 8. Your attention, please. Greg Kickball.
He stung out of it, baby. He stung out of it, He stung out of it, man. You got to put him together. You put him together, he's out of here, man. You put him together like he's dead. Come on. Put him together, man. Man, pal. Do that. Okay, well.
Just what you need, Frankie. Just what you need.
Come on, son. You give me one. Hey, Frankie, what round is this?
What round is this?
What
round is this?
3 more.
9.
9 coming up.
9 coming up.
Come on, Frankie. We can't wait. We can't wait around. This is it, baby. This is it. I'm gonna leave you on this stool. You won't sit it for a little minute. He's not the Bobby. You won't sit it. 3 deep. You gotta win these 2 rounds. You hear me?
You'll take him out if you do.
Don't wait. You got 2 rounds. Work, baby. Come on. Don't hold back on this kid. You got
The 9th round. Round 9.
Well, as we start round number 9, Jimbo Esperduli yelling at Terrance Lewis not to hold anything back. And once, as we mentioned earlier, Lewis surprised to find out, at least unofficially in our cards, Kevin, that he's behind by 2 points going into the 9th and 10th round. And he certainly picked it up near the end of the 8th. That was about the best 60 seconds of the fight that he's had.
In the corner, it seemed like Swindell's cornermen believe that he wants to win. He needs to win these rounds. But he also looked very tired to me, Swindell in the corner. Looked very fatigued at the pace of this fight.
Lewis, though, going back on the inside, gets a warning now for hitting low by referee Norm Button. He doesn't need that. Can't afford it. He goes right back, though, Kevin. He's going right back to hitting him on the thigh.
I guess every little thing helps, and I guess they're utilizing that punch, that hip, try to slow down the legs of Swindell or stop him from doing what he's doing.
Lewis, though, oddly enough, though, starting to learn how to fight Swindell on the inside and maybe winning that battle.
I think he's winning the battle. It's very close, but like I said, Swindell hasn't shown any moments yet.
Swindell not using the uppercut on the inside as he had earlier in the fight. Nice body shots now on the inside by Lewis. But watch that sneaky left hook by Swindell. Swindell taking off the first 2 minutes of this round. Kevin, the real question is he going to come on strong in the last 60 seconds, try to steal it, or allow Lewis to beat him in his own game, which Lewis is doing very well right now as the tape comes loose on the left glove of Lewis again. Watch for referee Norm Button to stop the action again to have that fixed. And just as predictably, Swindell picking up the action near the end of the round. Trying to get Lewis complacent.
Lewis can't afford to get careless in this fight. He's winning this round. He shouldn't get careless.
Swindell not able to sustain an attack right now. Late in the fight for him. Keep in mind, he's been off for 14 months and he's going to be 38 years old next month. Best round of the fight possibly for Lewis.
The battle in the round 9.
All right, baby, last round. You gotta win this one big now.
Coming up after this, or later on in the broadcast, 10 rounds, our main event, Talmadge Griffiths and Dale Crow. That's going to be an incredible fight, Kevin.
Two big men, two big, strong, physically built men going at it. The idea of that fight is who goes backwards.
And as good as our last Explosions fight was, Monty Barrett and Robert Davis, And at this point, I'd have to say that's the fight of the year on Explosion. On paper, this could rival it, but I say on paper. Sometimes we think it's going to be
you
big,
never
and
know.
we get disappointed.
Last round. Touch him up.
Looking good, but we don't know what these judges are looking at. Man, come on. You gotta win this fight.
We can slide in so we can lean on you.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Is that the right way? Is that the right way?
10th and final round. Frankie Swindell in purple. Terrance Lewis, black and white. There's been no knockdowns in the fight. I've got it a 1-point fight for Frankie Swindell. Lewis, though, coming on very strong here in the 8th and 9th round, ever since they told him, Kevin, in his corner, how we had it scored. If they would have told him earlier, maybe he could have picked up the pace a lot earlier. And again, a lot of these rounds very close. Lewis getting suckered into an infight by Swindell almost for the entire fight, not using his jab to his advantage, not fighting this 10th round like a man that needs to win it at this moment either.
Swindell's fighting very aggressive again. He's turning the heat up. You know, it seems to me that Lewis is not fighting as a desperate fighter. He's fighting more of a complacent fighter.
They haven't done a real good job on that right eye of Swindell. Have not applied the end swell. But I think that's going to be academic at this point. Lewis not snapping that jab here as Frankie Swindell controlling the first minute of the last round in a very close fight.
This fight could actually go to a draw.
Well, on our cards, again, that are very, oh, and a nice right hand over the top by Lewis. Swindell comes in, but he gets tied up. Swindell having a little bit more trouble cutting off the round, but he's got Lewis in the corner. Swindell a lot more tentative, Kevin, than he was in earlier rounds about going in and taking advantage.
Yeah, he's getting hit with shots.
Of Lewis.
He's shaking his head, Swindell, saying they don't affect him, but they do affect the judges' scorecards. That's a bad problem there.
Nice combination. Makes Lewis wince on the inside. Very close round up for grabs here with a minute to go in the fight.
I got Lewis winning this round so far.
I think he's up a little bit in this round, but I still think that whoever comes on strong here in the last 45 seconds, Kevin, can steal it. And so far it's Terrance Lewis after a very strong first minute by Swindell. That's the jab. This is the fight that Lewis should have fought the entire 10 rounds.
It's like I said, they have their ups, they have their downs, they come and go. Both men do what they please, back and forth.
Now Lewis tying up Swindell when he gets on the inside, something he could have done all night as well. Forcing Norm Button to separate them instead of letting Swindell score on the inside. This one's going the distance, folks. And oddly enough, as Kevin, you mentioned it could be a draw, that's exactly how I have it, and I believe you see it the same way. 95-95 on my card, a draw.
Same as mine.
Last 3 rounds going to Terrance Lewis. As well on my card as the 3rd and the 5th round. So 3, 5, 8, 9, and 10 to Lewis. Give all the others to Swindell. That's how we're seeing it here. Terrance Lewis waving his hand, seeming to think he won the fight. And again, if we see it even, he very well may have won this fight. Meantime, right now, the everlast week in heavyweight history. The very last fight on the career of Joe Louis. He gets knocked out by Rocky Marciano in 8 rounds, October 26th, 1951, ending a brilliant career. Later on in the broadcast, we'll have our trivia question. It will be regarding Joe Louis.
I wasn't born, dude. I wasn't born yet.
I was. I wasn't at that fight, though. I have seen films of it. Lewis getting knocked through the ropes. Referee Ruby Goldstein that night, ending the fight and the career of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, heavyweight champion in history, Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. But right now, we've got Frankie Swindell and Terrance Lewis in a fight that Kevin and I both saw even. Mark Biro nods to me. That means he's got the numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judges John McSweeney and Glenn Trowbridge both score the bout 96-94, and Judge Robert Hoyle sees it 97-93, all to the winner by unanimous decision, Terrance K.O. Lewis.
Well, Terrance Lewis, two judges' scorecards, 96-94. Kevin, we had it 95-95, and we said a lot of those rounds were even. We're very close. One judge seeing it a little wider, 97-93. Lewis will improve to 30-9. But if nothing else, the fact that he came on and won the 8th, 9th, and 10th round from Frankie Swindell when he was told in his corner that we had him behind, that's the difference in the fight. He doesn't come on at that point, and Swindell wins those rounds. It's a totally different fight. Frankie Swindell will drop down to 37-21, and we're going to try to get a hold of Terrance Lewis here.